In last lecture, we have completed probability chapters. Today I am going to start new chapter, that is triangles. Now, till now in class 7th, 8th, you have studied the similarity and congruency. You have studied different congruency rule, how to make two triangles are congruent. You have studied that SSS, SAS, AAS and RHS congruency theorem. These four theorem you have studied. That's we are going to again study here, but there will be some advancement. Now, two words comes: similar and congruent. What is difference between similar and congruent? So, first of all, I will take here example to explain what is similarity, what is congruency. Suppose I have taken two triangles here, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Now in these two triangles, you see AB, the side of triangle ABC will cover side of triangle PQR. What? Here side AB will cover side PQR, means AB will be equals to PQ. Similarly, the side length BC here will be equals to QR. BC will be equals to QR, and AC will be equals to PR. So here triangle ABC and triangle PQ are congruent to each other. Triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. But suppose you are writing triangle ABC congruent to triangle RPQ, then it is not possible. Why it is not possible? When you will write triangle ABC congruent to triangle PRQ, then from this statement what we are getting, AB equals to RP. AB, that is 4.5, and RP is 4 centimeter. So how you are writing how you are naming the triangles, that is also matter. So you have seen the congruency of triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Suppose now we will see for similarity, one triangle DEF is given and all angles are 60 degree. Suppose another triangle I am taking with side length 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter. Triangle PQR, angle 60, 60, 60 with side length 8 centimeter, 8 centimeter, 8 centimeter. What you are seeing here, angle D equals to angle P, angle E equals to angle Q, and angle F equals to angle Q. Here all angles are equal, but when you will see the side length, here D equals to 3 centimeter and PQ equals to 8 centimeter. Here side lengths are not equal. So both triangles are similar to each other, but they are not congruent to each other. What? They are not congruent to each other. In similarity, the size of triangles may vary but in the case of congruency, one triangle will cover another triangle. So we have seen the difference between similarity and congruency. Now we will move to our theorem and axiom that is given in the book. So see the criteria. First we will see the criteria for congruence of triangle U. We have already seen how we can show two triangles are congruent by first triple S, that means all sides of given two triangle will be equal. Second is SAS. In this criteria, two sides and one angle will be equals. An angle must lie in between the given two equal sides. And next one is ASA. In this condition, two angles and one side will be equal. And next one is RHS. In congruency theorem, the one angle will be equals to 90 degree. Now on page number 113, see axiom 7.1. What is two triangle are congruent? Two triangle are congruent if two sides and the inclined angle on the triangle are equal to the two sides that are inclined and another angle. So axiom 7.1, in this we have to discuss about SAS congruence rule. So suppose one triangle is given ABC. This is 2 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter, and this angle must be 50. So similar, another triangle PQR, 2 centimeter, 4 centimeter, and angle this will be 50. So the inclined angle, the angle should be in between the two given sides, not any another places. In that case, the criteria may change. So here in this two triangle AB equals to PQ. So this is side and BC equals to QR. Again this is side and angle B equals to angle Q. Yeah, you can say that angle ABC equals to angle PQR, that is equal to 50. So what we will see that by SAS congruency theorem, triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. See, for congruent we use this symbol, and for similar we use this symbol. So this is axiom 7.1. Now example 1 is given, example 2 is given, and after that theorem 7.1 is given. So I am discussing example number 1 and example number 2. Do by yourself. In this chapter you have to solve all the examples, because all the examples are very important. See example number 1. What is given in figure 7.8? First you draw the figure. O B C this equals to this. From the figure we can say that OC equals to OD and AO equals to OP, because there is a sign. By seeing the sign we can say that which part are equal, and angle BOC equals to angle AOD. So read the question. Example number 1 in figure 7.8, OA equals to OP and OD equals to OC. So in proof, whenever you see you have to solve proof question, so you must write in first you write given, what is given, then what is you have to prove, then you some construction has to be made, then you also mention construction, then you start proof. So what is given? OA equals to OB and OD equals to OC. So that to prove, what we have to prove? First, triangle AOD congruent to triangle BOC and AD parallel to BC. Now, proof in triangle AOD and triangle BOC, what we have? See, given OA equals to OP, that is given, and OD equals to OC, given, and angle AOD equals to angle BOC. How comes angle AOD equals to angle BOC? Vertically opposite angle. When a two line intersects at a point, the opposite angles are equal. So by SAS congruency, what by SAS congruency theorem, triangle AOD congruent to triangle BOC. Now next to what we have to, so that कि BC AD parallels to BC.